This is a Thor News presentation. Thor News presents Comet C2012 S1 ISON. WTF NASA, seriously bro. Part 1 quadrillion. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we now have the final chapter in the Comet C2012 S1 ISON epic saga. Alright, if you're new to the story, let me recap it for you. Some cracked out wino lying in the street told a reporter that Comet ISON could be the comet of the century and up to 15 times as bright as full moon. And that every science publication ran with it, though no official professional scientists did. We'll own up to the comet of the century name, man. That I did 55 episodes, it was all weird. And then I got celestial egg on my face. And now we're just waiting for the big pen cloud to see if it does anything or if it's even there. Or my favorite weird theory was that it would be like laughing gas. So everybody get really happy and have fun during the 5 days that Earth passes through the cloud. Don't ask me, man. I've never worked a Hubble in my life. And hey, I don't know if you were there from the beginning of the 55 episodes. This was never just about Comet ISON. It was about everything. Comet ISON is a metaphor. Alright, let me give you the facts as I understand them. And the reason that I understand them as I do is because they have been given to me by professional and collegiate science. I'll even let you watch their presentation.
Comet ISON Meteor Shower, presented by Science at NASA. The sun grazer will likely become one of the finest comets in many years. 12,000 pounds of dust were spewing from the comet's nucleus every minute. It turns out some of that dust might end up on Earth. Veteran meteor researcher Paul Weigert has been using a computer to model the trajectory of dust ejected by Comet ISON. And his findings suggest that an unusual meteor shower could be in the offing. For several days around January 12, 2014, Earth will pass through a stream of fine-grained debris from Comet ISON. The resulting shower could have some interesting properties. For one thing, it could dust the surface of the Earth. Don't expect to notice, though. The invisible rain of comet dust, if it occurs, would be very slow. It can take months or even years for fine dust to settle out of the high atmosphere.
What about ages? Could it take ages? Could it take ice ages?
The shower is going to hit our planet from two directions at once. When Earth passes through the debris stream, we will encounter two populations of comet dust. One swarm of dust will be following Comet ISON into the Sun. Another swarm will be moving in the opposite direction, pushed away from the Sun by solar radiation pressure. The streams will pepper opposite sides of Earth simultaneously.
And so the script we've been handed since the beginning says it should be a Comet ISON meteor shower starting about the 12th, which is now, and ending on the 17th. It might not even be that. It might just be a big 5-day cloud of tiny, fine, micron-sized dust that the Earth passes through. But at this point, I feel jaded. I don't know which part of grieving over icing that is. But that's where I'm at. I'm jaded. And I'm cynical. I don't think we're gonna see evidence of anything. I don't think we're gonna pass through anything. We don't see any noticeable changes. But hey, you know what? There is my jilted, totally biased. I threw the towel in it, heavy on, really. But I ain't waving the white flag. At least the story had a better ending than the crying game. But I guess that's a matter of taste now, isn't it? Over here at the Astronomy Forum, we got Paul Peepee on the parade. Actually, his name is Brooke Hobbs. He says, honestly, there is zero chance of any such event occurring. Firstly, what happens around January 12th is the Earth passes through Ison's orbital plane. It does not encounter the comet's actual orbital path, where the comet was located on its way to the Sun. In fact, the comet's orbit will be situated some 2 million miles from the Earth's location at our closest approach. Meteor storms only occur when the Earth passes almost precisely smack across the comet's orbital path. And even then, usually with just a narrow window of 2 or at most 3 weeks immediately after the comet itself has occupied the same location. Comet ISON is a hyperbolic orbit, precluding any possibility of multiple debris streams being present. Check this. The original announcement of the possibility of something occurring as we pass through Ison's orbital plane appears to have come from one NASA scientist who I honestly believe was not familiar with either comet or meteor stream behavior. As such, an idea as purpose borders on fantasy. Whoa! You saying NASA doesn't know what the hell they're talking about? Well, it does sound like at this point when they said we were going to get double dusted, we're not going to get dusted at all, man. We're going to stay so fresh and so clean. But, you know, the good news is for NASA, seems like every time they make a mistake, I get blamed for it. I get tagged with a failure. And you know what? Thor is strong enough to handle it. So check Jive on, NASA. Or C/hive on, NASA. Man, what an experience, huh? And I also learned from this story that it's like a wishing well. You can take out whatever you want to. You know, really. I still got a pack of people saying they did professional science an A+ without a single mistake the whole time. And I'm like, well, that is definitely your opinion, man. So will we see giant cloud of dust that will harmlessly float into the cloud? Will there be bigger meteors, asteroids that then become meteorites and say, make it to the ground? I don't know. My gut feeling is this, that over the next 5 days, we will not really see any noticeable signs of Comet ISON. But we will find out something new that is horrible or bad for the people concerning the Affordable Healthcare Act. That's my gut feeling. But like I said, I'm biased. I'm in a grieving stage still. And yeah, we shall see. But know this, ye. I played as hard as I could, with all my heart, for all 4 quarters. So I'm gonna finish at the last 2 minutes, which is a football metaphor. I'm talking about the last 5 days, which is the 12th to the 15th. Just gonna give you some updates during this 5-day period. We shall see that during the period we are in now, January 12th through the 17th, 2014, Earth will be passing through whatever is left over in ISIS's debris field when it crossed our orbit the first time. So I know that it turned into a spaceship and disappeared. I mean, became a giant V, dirty snowball, and melted in the air. But what they're saying from the double dusting idea that we would get hit by both sides of Bison's dust is that the first time is when, as soon as it crossed our orbit, that's when it reached the 1AU point, which is when the comet is supposed to, dirty snowballs will start melting and chunking and peeling away because of fusion, tidal, hydrogen, fission, sun, solar, wind, gravitational magnetic pressures, so that whatever micron chunks are going to be left there, and its tail should have been about, from what I've heard, will take Earth 5 days to pass through. They say it's all fine micron dust, which is fine. But if there's nothing there, does that mean like there's electric